Alright. I told myself I wasn't gonna do this. I told myself I wasn't going to randomly start talking about Kado the right answer, knowing that it was going to irritate me. But here I am now. Let's get into it, I guess. So, Kado the right answer. It's an anime, interesting. I can't remember full details, but I'll try my best. So I'm gonna summarize the anime. So of course, spoilers. I'm gonna actually, should I put spoilers somewhere? Let me give me a moment. But yeah, so Kado the right answer. It's an anime about some alien type of god person. I don't know how to describe it honestly. Hold on, let me put spoilers in the text just in case someone walks in. My chair. I think that's how you spell spoilers. Anyways. So, Kado the right answer. It starts off like this. It's a dude. So, episode 0, it starts off with just some dude who's doing a project with a bunch of, like, people, you know, getting started. Woohoo! And then he, at some point, he got, like, a promotion or whatever. And he had to go to a plane and stuff like that. But then, oh my gosh, something sus happens. You wanna know what that sus thing was? There's a cube. There's a straight up cube. Did I spell spoiler right? There's a cube that consumes like the majority of an airport, an airplane. That too. And so yeah, now homie along with a bunch of other people are now trapped in this interesting cube-like area. So the main character being the quote-unquote badass that he is, he says, okay, open up the door, I will go out. And he did, obviously. He had like a life jacket or whatever. And as soon as he touched ground or whatever, I keep saying whatever. As soon as he touched ground, he like some strange thing happens to him where he's like, my head, my everything hurts, what the frick? And then suddenly this ominous person, this very strange being, like appears. And it's this dude who's on the screen who I'm trying to draw right now, but I suck at picking colors. And yeah, and homie, he comes in quite strongly. He just starts like screaming. He's like, well, not really screaming, it's more like a weird ho noise. And it's, man, I was caught off guard when I first watched it. And basically just him slowly trying to figure out human speech, and he's using like the main character as a reference, cause obviously. And then from that point forward, the main character and this like god creature thingy, I always refer to them as an alien despite knowing dang well they ain't an alien, but they kind of are an alien. Anyways, whatever. And yeah, they basically struck a deal being like, okay, let's talk. And yeah, let's talk. Because like this whole anime is about, what is the word? Is about basically negotiating, you know, talking things out rather than, you know, doing like fighting and what you would expect. No, it's just them, you know, talking, which was very new to me at the time, because when I was younger, every anime I watched always involved people, you know, fighting. And I was amused. Well, not really, actually. The first time I watched it, I didn't like it when I was a kid, but then as soon as I revisited it when I was like much older, I suddenly somehow got into it. I don't know. And it really interested me because like at some point when like they were on the top of the cube talking to like the army down below, they were like, yo, in like so-and-so hours, let's talk and make a deal about what the frick is going to happen next. Because, you know, in this world, like, they can't destroy the cube. Everyone's obviously very frightened of what's going on. They think all the people in that plane are dead. So yeah, they brought a negotiator in, and the main character, he decides to negotiate for the god alien person dude. And it was funny, honestly, to me. But I mean, anyways. And basically, this alien, I'm gonna call him Alien. I can't pronounce the name for the life of me, and I don't even want to butcher it. So, the alien brings in this new, interesting form of energy, power, whatever you can call it. And it's like these two balls. For a good example is these things, but they look much more different when they first get introduced to the series. And what it does, it basically, you know, anything that needs electricity or power or any garbage like that can power it. And like so motherfreakingly easily. Like it doesn't run on anything. It's like bruh, it's nice. Like bruh, it could power your whole house and a whole mall and a whole lot more. And that's what's the whole thing. He's like, yo, I just want to bring these, he's over here being like, I want to bring these gifts to humanity. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I'm giving these gifts to y'all. And of course, you know, being that, you know, government is an issue, they were like, oh, I don't know if that's a good idea because, you know, governments are now going to fight over the amount of WOM you're gonna give us, which is the name of the thing. And he's like, I don't give a frick, man. I'm just here to supply. Anyways, yeah, have fun, everyone. And it's just what, huh? Sorry, I got sidetracked. And it was interesting, but also very weird just seeing like this deity basically doing that. And oh, hello, Jack. Acting like a frog, please. Yeah, I would, but maybe another time. Right now I'm drawing this character. And the weird thing about everything is, of course, you know, the government trying to, you know, understand what the heck they're gonna do with this guy and understand what they're gonna do with the power. But, you know, more shenanigans ensue. They meet like this scientist lady, and the alien was like, yo, I can teach you how to make this power that I want to grant you all. And being the curious person that they were like, you know what, sure, teach me how. And they did, and they learned how, and then boom, more shenanigans happened. They had to move the cube outside of like the airport. He has red eyes. Outside of the airport, and then from that point forward, I say things go downhill. I don't even recommend anyone watching the rest of the anime past episode 7. And the reason why, ooh, it has my blood boiling. The reason why is because ribbit. Anyways, the reason why, sorry, the reason why is why can't I remember? Oh right, some more shenanigans happen, and the reason stuff happens, for some reason the alien, rather than being, you know, in the beginning, they were much more smarter. But then suddenly they just became a violent, dumb person. And I'm like, why? Why? And then towards the end of the season, you know, there was like an epic fight. Don't get me wrong, I did like seeing the serious alien person suddenly become a little less, you know, stoic or whatever words I'm looking for, a little less serious. But it was, I don't know, it didn't feel right too. And like the main character and like the girl, she irritates me. Now let me point out all the reasons why this anime irritates me. So, like I mentioned in the beginning, it started off relatively smart with them doing debates and then mentioning what they're gonna do about like these powers that, oh, also other strange things. There was like this brain that got introduced, and basically what it does, it helps people like no longer have the need to sleep and be more productive and stuff like that, which is, you know, interesting in theory, but you know, sleep's quite nice. Anyways, the alien wants to basically, their whole goal is to basically make all the humans like his kind, if that makes sense, and take them to this different world. But there's a consequence with doing that, and the consequence is that it could be bad for the majority of the human race. You know, the majority of them could die and stuff like that. And the thing that irritates me is like the alien was like, oh, I don't give a frick about human life all of a sudden. I don't care about trying to negotiate now. I want things to go my way. So main character, frick off. And like, honestly, this dude is a little weird, if you ask me. The way he acts towards the main character is kind of sus, but not in a bad way, just like, huh, are you sure your feelings towards the main character isn't a little more, you know? Anyways, enough of that, my weird you know, suggestions of what the heck this character's feelings are. And basically, what was I gonna, right, so the girl is obviously the main reason why this anime kind of threw me off. And the reason why is mainly because, well, her points were kind of dumb to me. Now I know, you know, let nature do its thing. You know, we got here because of our own actions and stuff like that. And that's what was her whole basically argument, is that this is our world. We should choose what we need to do. And, you know, I was like, I mean, I guess I understand what you mean, but I don't know. And, like, I would have been on her side if the anime didn't do something dumb when it turns out, oh, she's also an alien god like the dude. like this guy, and I'm like, what? And it was, I don't know how the heck, and I'm pretty sure at some point she did something to the main character that, like, where the end of the main character was like naked and she was naked, and I was like, what? Like, I don't know if I was reading the situation wrong, but I don't know. Something about that scene didn't rub me the right way, and she was just, I just don't like her. Like, she could have been a really great character, because, like, you know, there's always, like, a devil's advocate. And I wanted to hear her points more, but instead they're like, no, to make it seem like she was right, she's the god who's been looking after Earth the entire time. Well, she's not God. She's the person who just observes Earth. And yeah, and, like, here's the thing that boils my blood, like, so much. And listen, this is gonna sound so dumb. So the character that I'm drawing, the alien dude, he's like all-powerful. He knows all the things about, you know, power and stuff like that from his own kind, while the girl who's playing devil advocate, she hasn't, like, touched her power in a long time because she, like, sealed it within her ring, some stuff like that. So, you know, it was understandable that she failed to win the fight against him. But how the frick, she had a kid with the main character, and how the frick was that kid strong enough to win against this dude? It was dumb. It was so dumb. And I will forever nitpick about that anime. And, like, like, I when I was talking to my sister about this anime, I said, you know, I don't hate any of the characters, but then as I started to think about it, I realized, no, I do hate all of the characters. They were so dumb. Their actions, like, flip-flop so freaking fast. Like, this dude gone from, like, being, like, he's willing to listen, he's willing to learn about humanity and stuff like that, and he's willing, you know, he still wants to meet his goals, but he was willing to, you know, still cooperate. But then at the end, he was like, no, screw cooperation. Screw being a nice person. I'm just gonna do what I want. I'm gonna make a clone of the main character and do my own shiz. I don't give a frick what anyone says, and I'm just it irritates me, honestly. Like, and I can't remember the anime fully, but here's the thing. The slowest part of the anime that I tend to believe is I don't care, was the one with the brain, because it was kind of really boring because it involved, like, these news reporters, and I don't know how to describe it, honestly. Like, there was just, like, these dudes who wanted to actually have a interview with the alien. I mean, understandable, being that the world is quite curious of what this alien god is. They probably want answers. And they broadcast this interesting brain that basically makes them not need to sleep and stuff like that. But it was, I don't know, man. I'm trying to remember the anime so hard and failing miserably, but I'm not even that well versed in, like, discussing the anime, because it's been, like, honestly, it's been so long since I've watched it. But I want to say the things that I did like. The beginning was, like, really nice. Specifically the part where everyone is, like, they're negotiating about, like, these new found energy sources and how they're gonna get everyone out of the plane. And the reason why they couldn't get everyone out of the plane as fast as they wanted to is because, you know, the cube that they were in required, like, a lot of energy, a lot of power, a lot of other stuff that wasn't, like, you know, what the alien dude can handle, or what the cube could handle overall. So they obviously were like, okay, let's just do this slowly. And they slowly, one by one, started rescuing all the people outside of the cube. And it was just, I was oddly, for as strange as that might sound, it did keep my attention for quite a while. And I don't know why, but anyways, back to what I was discussing. The thing that boils my blood before everything. So, like I mentioned, he gone from, like, a willingly listener who's willing to learn a little bit more about, like, Earth customs, because, like, he even went to, like, a fair, like a festival, and, like, he was pretty chill about it. But, like, suddenly he's like, no, it's either my way or the highway. So the main character, he had to stop him somehow, and the only way to stop him was to basically, you know, murk him, kill him, dark stuff. And so they had to, him and, like, the people from the way beginning, the ones who he helped, like, fix the business and got a promotion for, he had to ask for their assistance, and they made him, like, a suit this interesting suit of armor, and like this god girl, apparently who was a god, she helped him out. You know, they had like a romantic moment. I couldn't give any fricks about that romantic moment though, because I wasn't on her side at all. And it was just like, bruh. And then he could have talked. Like, it seemed like the alien guy was willing to discuss it, because like he was showing a little bit of heart, because he genuinely did care about the protagonist. And like but like, because the protagonist didn't bother pushing it more further of having a discussion, they were like, no, let's just fight it out. And obviously the main character didn't win. You think he can defeat a god? He's just a human. So he died. I was a wreck, honestly, when that happened. I was like, why did you kill my boy? And I was just like, okay, well, I wonder where the frick is going now, this point forward. You know, obviously the alien's gonna win, because, like, what else is gonna happen? But no, we were wrong, because what a twist! The best friend of the main character, who I keep forgetting to mention because he's honestly kind of forgettable half the time, it turns out he was in this strange pocket dimension, and within the pocket dimension, he was raising, like, the main character's brat. Sorry if I'm sounding a little rude, but like, I mean, if you saw the anime, you'd probably understand my rage towards that scene. And it was like, he was raising their child. She somehow has a school uniform on. I'm kind of surprised. She didn't go to school. She was in this time dimension being raised by this normal dude. And like, here's the thing that also kind of confused me. Her personality was blander than a piece of toast or a piece of bread that wasn't even toasted or has anything on it. This is how she was. She was like, oh, hello everyone. I am but a serious girl. Hi. Like, how could she be raised by this lovable goofball, which was like what his character was meant to be, but have a personality of plain bread? It was dumb. And somehow, apparently, she was the right answer, because like at some point they were talking, and like she was like, the right answer, which was the whole freaking point of the anime, of them trying to find the right answer. And apparently this little brat was the right answer, being like, oh, the two worlds will collide, and this is the spawn that makes it. Like, and she started beating this dude's butt, like, effortlessly. Like, all she did was like raise a finger and like let her powers do the thing. And I was just sitting there, like, saying, okay, how are you doing this? And like, the alien dude, he did nothing to fight back. If anything, he just did like a little sad little like freaking Dragon Balls. Okay, it wasn't Dragon Balls, but it was like some pathetic like energy blasts, and he just let himself got whooped around. And like, I was like, how is he suddenly this weak? He obviously showed a lot of potential of being quite the big strong, but no, he decided to the show decided to make him weaker than this girl who's half human, who barely has that many years. She's like 15 or something. She doesn't have that many years on her to make her understand her full powers. And she's, you know, being the fact that she's half human, you would suspect that she would be weaker than this full alien dude. But no, not at all. And I'm just, it's so irritating. I'm all over the place. I'm pretty sure many are confused of what the frick I'm talking about. Like, if anyone's watching back my videos, if I watch back in this stream, I'm probably gonna be like, what the heck, why was I switching topics so often? Anyways, back to the girl. Like, she defeated this dude somehow, and she goes on in this speech being like, oh, you know, the right answer is to let humanity draw their own paths. And I mean, sure, it's quite nice, but like, it was stupid. Like, how is she able to get through this dude's like mind in his final hours, but not the main character, who actually has like a bond with the alien? Because like, I feel like, and like, I know, granted, it would be hard to write a dialogue like that with a being who could probably care less about humanity and more about their goals of like being advancing and stuff like that. But still, this dude was quite hung up over the main character, but he just didn't want to listen. And then suddenly, when this girl is beating his ass, he's like, okay, now I'll listen to her winded speech about, yo, humanity is beautiful. It shouldn't be It shouldn't be tampered with. We should let it do its own thing. And I'm like, okay. And like, I feel like if they went like the smarter path and actually made them discuss, I feel like I would have actually been on the, not only on the daughter's side, but also on the female lead side. Because like, when she was first making her discussions when she was on a date with the main character, it wasn't really a date, but it pretty much felt like a date. She was like, yo, Earth shouldn't be tampered with and stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't give a frick. And like, here's the thing. I feel like she would have been a much more interesting devil's advocate if they just kept her human. Because like being that she's like our kind, or human, her points would be more, you know, connected to us as a whole, rather than just her saying what she believes humans should have. And I'm just like, female lead, seriously, like, and her arguments were just like, my only argument is that we shouldn't mess with whatever is Earth's doing. And I'm like, okay, sure, you could say that, but Earth is kind of effed up, global warming, we're all dumb. We like, it's, I'm not gonna go into that, but like, seriously, we kind of need these advancements that this alien is willing to give us. And she's like, nah, that shouldn't be an option. I'm like, okay, what? You said allow us to make our own choices. You're not making us have our choices if a choice is being presented to us. And they're like, because I don't want, because yeah, you guys should do this on our own. We shouldn't, us creatures shouldn't, yeah. And I'm like, bruh. And like, the main character was so dumb. Because like, the main character, they always knew what to say to basically get this alien on their side. But for some reason, because, I don't know, the story writers, they're like, no, let's make it different. Let's make it so they don't give a frick of what the main character says. Let's just make it their way or the highway, and then just nonsense ensues, like I keep saying. And like, I feel like if they, I know, again, like I said it before, having to write a whole like argument, rebuttals and stuff like that, so the alien can finally understand it's wrong to potentially risk the lives of humanity is like important and stuff. But they're like, no, let's just go the funny way and make like and I mean, granted, I kind of did like seeing the aliens' expressions finally change because it was funny, but it wasn't worth the smarts that the anime had, because like the anime was so smart, but then it turned, oh, monkey, and let's make them fight. And I'm like, sure. And they're like, aha, stupid, let's make the little girl who's half human win the fight against something that's full whatever being they are. They're like I can't pronounce it. If you watch the anime, they repeat it multiple times. And I just I really like this anime. I really like the character designs. I mean, sure, the girl's haircut is kind of stupid, and the main character does look a little bland, but I mean, the alien guy looks cool. Like, I feel like he's the only one. I mean, look, honestly, he's the only one who genuinely has an interesting design. That, and I guess the scientist lady could be argued if her design is nice or not. I mean, it's just, well, actually, she looks like a generic scientist lady. Whatever. Like, bruh, for being the most also, when the girl goes god mode or whatever mode she goes into, she looks so dumb. She looks so dumb. If you were to look it up, you'd probably understand what I mean by that, but it's just like, what the heck? Because like, it wasn't like, the anime had like a charm to it that I really liked, because in the beginning when they were like talking about, be like, hey, we'll be having a meeting in like let's say I don't think I have to draw yours. Let's have a meeting in 5 seconds. And like the main character looked at this alien guy and was like, that's not enough time for us to prepare. And he's like, okay, 5 minutes. He's like, no. And he's like, okay, what should be the appropriate time? And he's like, a couple of hours. And he's like, okay, in a couple of hours, let's meet. And then everyone's like, okay, let's rush it. And that's also, the alien demanded for them to broadcast everything so they can have, you know, viewers, so they can be very transparent about everything going on. And okay, here's another thing that I also found very dumb. So that's like I keep saying, at some point the alien dude switches personalities. They're like, I don't care about humanity's choice, we're doing it my way, the highway. But at some point during the anime, he's like, okay, let's broadcast this alien, my alien device kind of thing. but let's give humanity a choice of whether they want to see it or not. Because as soon as you lay your eyes on that brain-looking thing, that's when you get the power. And just why did he suddenly gone from being, oh, I'm willing to let people choose, to being like, my way, like, kill me. And I if the anime just had a way better ending, this would have been like my top whatever animes. And I mean, granted, the majority of my top animes aren't that great, but it could have been better. The anime could have been so much better. Also, another thing that I feel like the reason why it's not popular is not because of like the crappy ending, but it's because it's also like 3D models, CGI, and some stuff like that. Because like, you know, when it comes to animes, people prefer the actual like drawing methods, not like where it's like digital and stuff like that. Well, it's still digital. But like this anime, it's genuinely really good. Like it was really good for the first 6 episodes. And then went downhill, like obviously, like I keep saying. And like and for as much as I like to clown on this anime, I can't bring myself to like hate it half the time, because like the first couple of episodes will always have like a soft spot in my heart, because it was different, it was new, it was interesting to me. And like, sure, the ending makes me mad, but it was still a nice watch, to say the least. I don't even want to draw this half the time. And like, how am I supposed to work? And funny thing, this anime actually gave me inspiration to write my own story, but being that I was also fuming and dumb, I couldn't, because I got mad every time I started thinking about the anime. Also, funny thing, as soon as I finished that anime, I literally, I think I mentioned this in like my first ever video, I straight up left like a stain of stained tears on my bed. Oh, not my bed, my sister's bed. And she's like, what the frick? And like, that's how much the anime effed me up that day when I finished the watch. It's because of the stupid ending. Like, And like, I will always, and granted, I probably wouldn't think of anything good either of how to write their arguments of like being like, why Earth shouldn't be obliterated and stuff like that, but like, and like, I feel like if my dogs, okay, I can't draw noses half of the time, I realized. Give me a moment. Like, I just feel like for an anime that had so much potential, it was literally wasted so fast. And just the final episodes, which should have been like the more interesting episodes, because that's when things are gonna go down. But nope. Like, and it didn't, like, this, like, out of all the animes, this one's the hardest one for me to talk about half the time, because it's just, my brain. And, like, I feel like if they wrote the main female lead, to just be, again, a normal human, it would have made her arguments that much more powerful. Because if it's a normal human going against this god, going against like their values and pointing out her own values about being like, hey, Earth is beautiful, let the people choose what they want to do and stuff like that, and they're like, no, just no. How do I draw a smile? Okay. Cause like, for those who watch the anime, they're probably like, I feel like everyone who watched that anime probably thought how out of left field it was for the girl to suddenly be a god this entire time. And like, her backstory was kind of boring, honestly. Like, I felt like they could have been an interesting way to like basically show her backstory. She's like, oh, I'm just a floating speck of light in the space of time. And then one day I found Earth and I started observing it, and I'm like, wow, Earth is quite interesting. There's dinosaurs and stuff like that, because she was on Earth for a long time. And then human society, she's like, wow, I want to be a part of that. I'm pretty sure she hijacked like a baby's body or something. I don't know what the heck happened, but she somehow was raised and like born from these like human parents. I'm like, how did she do that? I don't know, but it was some dumb nonsense, man. I'm pretty sure it was just like a normal human girl, and then she just took the girl's body. I could be wrong. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I watched the anime. I really should watch the anime again to refresh my memory, but I don't want to cry and then rage at the same time if I do. And the main character. So, he looks like some generic office worker. But he has like this funniness to him where he's like, he doesn't take most things serious. He just wants a challenge, basically, is was stated in the beginning. He wants a challenge, something that can like make his brain like freaking be more wrinkly. And I'm gonna take a sip of water. I've been talking for like what, 30 minutes? So, he wants a challenge. So when he was presented by this alien who basically peeked into his mind and then peeked into his cell phone and then basically it's learning about humanity through him, he's like, wow, this could be interesting. And he took the opportunity to not only be like the negotiator of this alien, but to also be his friend, which is like, I mean, honestly, if an alien came into my life and they were pretty chill, I'd probably want to be their friend too. And it was just like, his character was quite cool because of the fact that he was willing to be on the side where everyone was against him because, you know, aliens are scary and humanity being afraid of, you know, the unknown. Man, I cannot draw mouths today. And just why? You know, it's funny, the only reason why I've heard of this anime is because of like the anime man, because like he mentioned it before. I wonder what's their opinion on the anime now that it's finished. Mine's is that it's like it could have been a 10 out of 10, but then it was not anymore. It's kind of garbage to me. Granted, it's still an anime that I can't help but like to talk about, because like, for as much as I wish I can I want to suppress my memories of this anime so much. Like, I want to forget about it so desperately and move on from my life, but I can't. Like, because like I want to know what the anime would be like if the ending was just different. If they actually talked things out like they were doing this entire freaking time throughout the anime. Because like, look, the episode where they moved the cube, they were saying, yo, it's, you know, we still have people who need to like, you know, use this airport, and it's kind of difficult when there's literally this gigantic alien cube. He's like, is there any way for us to move it? And he's like, oh yeah, we can move it, but it'll be sliding on the ground, and that's not gonna be fun. And he's like, oh, okay. Is there any way for you to do it like this? And basically what they did was, so the cube was like this, and if they wanted it to move, they had to like slide it, but that wasn't gonna work. So they're like, hey, can you do it like this? Where he's like, where they take it like the cube, and they basically kind of just blap, 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 blop on the ground. Basically let the corners touch the ground, so it can cause the least amount of damage, or the least amount of like risks for humanity, because like they're trying to move it to this lake, and the only way to move it is by moving it across like town, and like there, you know, there's people, there's stuff like that. So obviously, you know, the government, not only did they had to like tell those people to like find somewhere else to spend the day for that day, because, you know, dangerous, but also, you know, just to make sure that it wasn't too much of a hassle. Honestly, if I was in that world, I'd probably be really close by, but not like in the path of the cube, just so I can spy on what the heck's going on. Anyways, but yeah, that was like a negotiation they had to do and it wasn't like anything, like it wasn't like as challenging as most of the negotiations, but it was still an interesting discussion, because, you know, when it comes to a big machine like that, it's not really a machine, but a big thing like that, you'd think it would be a challenge to work with. And it was, but they did it. And then more things. Like at some point, you know, the government obviously gets involved, and they basically were like, hey, isn't there any way for me to talk about these, talk to the world leaders? And they're like, I don't think they want to talk to you. And he's like, okay. then what is a good way for me? Because the alien, being that they were smart in the beginning, they're like, what is the best way for me to get to do this? And supply, because like their whole goal was to supply the entire world with these balls, the WOM. And so he went to the scientist lady and basically requested for her to figure out how to replicate it. And she's like, wow, that's gonna be tough. I'll do it. And for like, he has like the power to like basically detach his hands so they're like out of his body. It's kind of funny. And basically she straight up started chewing, because she's all about like investigating, and for some reason she's like, wow, one way for me to investigate is by putting it in my mouth, and she puts his hand straight up in her mouth, and I was like, what? It was weird, but interesting to say the least. Interesting, but in like the most dumbest way ever. And so obviously, and here's the strange thing about these balls. They're made out of paper, these ones specifically. Like the original one is whatever technology he has, but like the original ones, I mean the ones that humans can make, you can make them out of straight up paper. And like it's like some weird origami first, but after you do the origami, you can do something quite fascinating. And basically, you just slam your hands on a desk, and boom, boom, you made WOM. And like I was like, what the heck? But it turns out only a select few people can. Like most children can do it, most adults can do it, but it has to be like very specific. For example, the scientist lady, her whole thing is that she has like a very childlike personality, and like always like excitement for investigating and like, you know, trying new things and stuff like that. You know, she likes to wonder a lot, was like her whole thing. And like apparently something about her is what makes her capable of doing the WOMs and stuff like that. And then the protagonists, they can also do it, but the reason why is because they have like this strange connection to the alien, because of the weird thing that they had to do for the alien to learn about Earth. And yeah, the main character is able to do it. A good amount of like not the rest of humanity can't really do it, but like some of them can. And it was just like, what the frick? Honestly, if that was a thing, I wonder if I would be able to do it. Probably not, because I think also another thing is like if you prioritize logic a little too much, it's probably gonna interfere with making it. And like it was so interesting, because like when there's like this new power, that's what makes the whole show seem so interesting. It's because like they introduce like these new things. And then the brain, and I was like, okay, the brain's okay. It's like it could have been a lot nicer if it wasn't like always in the perspective of like those alien dudes. Not the alien dudes. Those like newspaper? What are they called? News reporters? Because like those dudes were honestly boring, and they were kind of I didn't like them at all. Like they were just like ugh, chalkboards or something, like, because like their personalities weren't really that nice to follow along. And like it was just, how am I expected to enjoy? Like I'm here for this alien guy, not for whatever nonsense was being introduced to me. And like at some point, the alien, he showed the main character, like for some reason he didn't give the main character a choice. I mean, granted, I guess the main character should be the first one to know all this stuff. So he's like, I'll show you rather than you seeing. And like the main character, homie has not slept. Like after he saw the brain, he has not slept for like what, days? Like for like the entire month. So he obviously had to take, like, being that his coworkers were worried for him, being like, you gotta take a rest day. And he's like, but work. And he's like, you could do that stuff later. He's like, okay, fine. And, you know, he took a rest day. You know, he saw his mom. You know, wow, we're learning more about him. That's nice. I can't draw with this. It looks a little funky. He's like, wow, that's so nice. I'm gonna actually, just in case if I F up the bangs, I want to have a copy nearby. Okay. So, just, like, we're learning about the main character, you know, like how their mom's just like, wow, I kind of worry for you, son. You know, you gotta, you know, you gotta be careful. And he's like, okay, I'll try my best. And just It's just. Like, I like learning about the main character. Because, like, obviously we're following this dude around. We have to know more about him. But honestly, even his personality was a little bit of like plain bread. But at least he had a little bit like, at least his bread was more toast. Because he had some things about him. Like, he was kind of funny. He was willing to basically challenge himself with like the task of working alongside this creature that knows nothing about Earth. And basically just be the only one who can actually get through to this alien. And like, that's what's cool, you know, he's always willing to take a challenge, he was willing to take risks and stuff like that. But like, for the most part, besides like his weird thirst for negotiating and challenges, there's nothing much else about him. Like, I mean there was some things, but just not enough for me to remember. And then this guy, he was kind of funny. Like, because like when it comes to like a new creature coming down to this world, they're obviously going to be like unsure about a lot of things in this world. They're not going to understand everything. Like the way he holds a phone, he holds it with like 2 hands because he's like, what am I doing with this thing? Hello? I can hear someone. Cool. Interesting technology. Not as interesting as my technology, but still interesting. And, you know, this not only was their design like the most coolest of everyone, but I mean, like, they're an alien, so of course they're gonna have like the most nicest design. But like, not only did like their design is what like caught me the most when I first like saw this anime, but like it was just like their whole character in general, because like they were like a toddler who's learning everything new about this world. And they were like, wow, I'm so fascinated. Festivals, culture? Huh. And I wish the anime went into more detail about that. Because like, I feel like it would have been nice if there was more episodes, or at least like an extra episode or something like that, where they were actually teaching, like, so like, if I feel like if they took him out to learn more about the world, he wouldn't have turned out the way he did, is what I'm assuming. Like, it's just, he could have been more cooperative with everything about being like, oh yeah, maybe I shouldn't put the humanity at risk because of my own selfish needs. And I'm like, nah, let's just make him an asshole. And I'm like, okay, ruin the character for me. And honestly, I kind of wish I could cosplay this dude just because of how cool their clothes is, but I never look good in like white wigs or any wigs that are in like the lighter colors. That's a side tangent for another day though. And I'm just like, man, this character was so cool. Not anymore. Just not anymore. He broke my heart. And let me talk about like the other characters who are pretty much forgettable, because they are. So there was this chick who turns out, oh, she also has a crush on like the main character, but she's not important in the story because she's not like she's not like an alien, and she's not really that important. So yeah, let's just introduce her for like a few scenes just so we can have like a filler person to like randomly ask questions. And I'm like, okay. And then there's like the best friend who I do tend to forget, but honestly, he's not actually, no, there is some things about the character. Like, he's willing to risk it all for his friend. Like, he was the last one to leave the cube when like the cube first consumed the entire airplane, because he was basically, you know, keeping track of what everyone's needs and what's going on, stuff like that. Also, funny thing, this guy can duplicate stuff, so he can duplicate food. So man, I probably would have hated having to eat like airplane food, but that's all what the people had, so you know, that's what they had to enjoy. And I'm just why did life do this to me? And like, he was a real one for the fact that he was willing to, like, everyone was like, everything was like happening within seconds, but for him, like, time was actually passing, so he actually grew old. He's like what, like freaking in his 50s now or something, when like he was raising like the young girl. And I don't even know if she likes him. She's like, yeah, you're just the person who raised me, I tolerate you. And I'm like, okay, girl, what? And like, you'd think, and like, his whole personality, he's like very energetic. He's a lot more livelier than the majority of the characters in the series. So being that the main character's daughter was being raised by him, I gotta take another sip of water. You would think that she would have a similar personality to him, right? Like, was the best friend character, was he just very cold to her throughout the years of raising her? Like, that sounds kind of messed up if that's the case. Cause why is a little girl like that? She's not a little, she's like a teenager. Well, she's kind of a little girl actually. It was weird, man. Like, the little girl character, nothing about her is interesting. She was just there just to kill off this dude who, and like, another thing, we were following not only the main character, but we were following this guy throughout their entire journey. So obviously we're going to be attached to these characters. But I don't know what was going on through the producers' minds or whatever creators' minds. They were like, yeah, let's kill off them both. Sure, the majority of the fans probably really love these characters and are attached to them, but let's kill them anyways. And I'm like, oh, dang. Shiz. Now we gotta live with this? It's just... Nothing makes me more sadder than an anime that breaks my heart when it kills off a character that I genuinely find enjoyable. And just, yeah, and all the characters that lived are the ones that aren't important, or that stupid freaking god lady or alien lady or whatever her freaking name is. Like, so I'm trying to remember what her points were. I feel like I kind of agreed with her at some point because of the way she said things, but I think deep down I also thought it was stupid. Like, I feel like she had some points that were valid, and then other points that were just dumb to me. And like, honestly, if you check out a bunch of people who are a lot better at reviewing things, because I'm not really much of a reviewer, I'm acting like I'm reviewing this anime right now. If you've seen people who are talking about this anime, I feel like every single person would probably say that they like her, but they don't like her role in the story because of how dumb everything turned out. Because like, her arguments were fine, but nothing that would make her win. And honestly, I feel like the anime kind of just made her. Like, I feel like they tried to force everyone to like her. They're like, oh look, she's a god, so obviously, and she's like a lot nicer than this guy, so obviously we should be on her side, right? And oh, she cares about humanity, unlike this guy who wants to kill it. Like, they're literally giving him suddenly all the bad traits towards the end of the series, and then just putting her in this high pedestal, which was just, what? Like, I would have found it a lot more interesting. Like, sure, she could still be the romantic love interest. I don't care about the romance though, because like, I feel like for a show like this, I feel like it wasn't necessary, but like, they could keep the romance, I don't care. But I feel like it would have been interesting if they kept her human, and her along with the main character, being that they're both human, and since obviously the main character is a simp and is on her side for some reason, rather than the alien who he was working with the entire time, they could have both found a way to talk things out with the dude, but they were like, nah, it's my way or the highway. I keep saying that. But like, because like, all parties, they were too stubborn to decide who was wrong and who was right, and if a discussion was necessary or not. Of course it was necessary. Of course literally all you guys have been doing. Look, another thing. That girl and the main character, the dude, they're both negotiators. You'd think that they used their brains and all the skills that they used throughout the years to talk to this alien, to speak with him, to have an understanding. But they were like, no. Homie doesn't deserve our time of day. You know what he deserves? He deserves death. Because and I mean, granted, he is trying to kill the world, so I mean, well, he's gonna kill a good majority of the world. And, I mean, granted, yes, it's kind of fair that they're like, yeah, maybe he should die. But like, I feel like it could have ended a lot more peacefully if they just spoke things out. Like, it would have, not only would have been more interesting seeing like their points being brought up, but also finding like a compromise. I feel like a compromise would have been like nice, to say the least. Because like, that's what they've been doing throughout the anime, negotiating, like I keep saying, but like also finding compromises. Because like I mentioned like a long while ago, when they were discussing of when they were gonna do like a conference meeting with like the world about talking about the WOM, they were like, okay, let's like, he was like, let's meet in like a couple of seconds, and he's like, that is not enough for humankind. And he's like, okay, how many seconds are appropriate? And he's like, not seconds, hours. And he's like, okay, in that many hours and stuff like that. He's okay, let's prepare and stuff like that. And it's just like,
he was willing to listen, and then suddenly the anime is like he's not willing to listen anymore because I am the creator and I say so.
Like, I don't know. Actually, I don't even know if the creator of the show was the one that had the ideas to suddenly, because like I feel like the characters were really butchered towards the end of the season, and I don't know whose fault was that. It was someone's fault. Cause like the girl, she seemed like she was obviously human, and she has valid, cool points that would make her interesting as like a devil's advocate. But nope, she's actually a god. So and because she was like around Earth for so many years, obviously her points are valid because she's like basically our like caretaker, our observer, or stuff like that. And I'm like, nothing's gonna feel my rage more. I don't even know why I have. Is my face on like smiley mode? I'm gonna put it to this. And honestly, the one thing I question about the design is this. Honestly, their whole appearance is what I question, because like their reference point was everyone on the plane, and they looked like average people, but they appeared looking like this. I guess whatever. I'm guessing that when he was looking into the mind of the main character, he was like, "Wow, look at some interesting animes. I feel like these things look more interesting. Let me just yeet myself into the designs." I'm like, okay. And like, I feel like another reason why I couldn't like be too invested with the majority of the characters is because the majority of them had like very basic designs. Like the main character, they were only interesting because of like the small little things that they did have about them. The devil's advocate chick, she was, if you saw her haircut, man, her haircut looked kind of dumb. Like it was, I can't even defend her with that. It was like she took a pair of scissors and just snipped at random. Anyways, like I feel like hers was like at least a lot better than the main characters. His is top tier. Everyone else is kind of boring. And then I'm not gonna even talk about like the devil's advocate chick, some god form, alien form, whatever form, acitronic and amatronic. What? I can't pronounce how it's said. In the anime, you could say if you watch it in your free time, if you're interested. That is, like, it was. I'm just sitting there and I'm like, why does she look like that? Like her clothes look stupid. Her hair is white like his, so I guess that one's passable. Well, is it white? I don't know. And she has a halo. Like, okay, here's another thing that also boggles me. They're trying to make this girl be like so high up in a pedestal, trying to make the audience like her so much, and like they're like, yeah, let's put a halo on her because she's obviously good. And I'm like, what the fudge? She's not like, these aliens seem like gods, sure, but they sure ain't. They're definitely not gods. They're just from like a different plane of existence. And like, also this is not even his true form. This is just the thing he chose so the humans can like actually see a form of him. So I don't even know like what their actual appearance is, probably just floating lights for all we know. Cuz like in their world, like appearances don't really matter. It's just whatever. I honestly am quite curious about like what their whole kind is, cuz like they have all these advancements, all these things in like they can easily have with just like a snap of their fingers. And that's just they're like these interesting creatures, but like why do they have these things? Why are they like this? I mean, when it comes to interesting worlds, you'll never know. And it's just bleh. And like I mentioned, I tried making a story similar to Kado the Right Answer because I was so like pissed off about like the ending that I wanted to make my own version of it. And honestly, I kind of understand why the ending was the way it is, a stupid boss fight. And it's because having to write arguments for a thing that's not even in this world is difficult. Because how are you gonna argue with something that doesn't know anything about our kind and why it's important for us to, not die or be transported to his dimension and stuff like that. Because like it is kind of like they really made him a bad guy towards the end. They were like, he doesn't care about human life anymore. He just wants to take everyone back to his realm, his place where all the other people of his kind are there and chillin', and make them all basically his kind, similar to his kind. And I'm like, okay, what? And then he turns weirder. I feel like he becomes a little bit of a yandere, if we're being for real, because not only does he like clone the main character, but I'm pretty sure he, like, out of frustration, he sometimes kills the main character because he's like, ah, you're not the real one. You're not the real person who I have an attachment to. You're just a clone that I made so I can have something to replace them, because like he also needs someone to also talk to the people outside, because you know, if the word gets out that he killed the main character, obviously people are gonna be like, oh yeah, maybe time to get the military more involved. I mean, they're already involved, but even more involved. And it's just so much weirdness happens, and I'm just questioning my humanity whenever I watch this anime, or when I watch that anime. Man, that hair is quite the interesting. Okay, and like here's the way I started my story. I didn't want to make it an exact rip-off, because like it was very similar. It was still a similar premise. It was gonna be a rip-off regardless, because I'm dumb. And it started off like this. It was just some dude. It was just some random dude. Like, bruh, my random dude is a lot more boring than the main character. The main character's not even that boring. It's just, yeah. And he just somehow comes across like this. My dog's again. He comes across this like weird thing that crashes down into a park nearby. Being the weirdo that he was, he's like, okay, I'm gonna go take a look at it. And he does. And then, oop, he gets consumed by this glob of mess, this goopy, globby mess. And then that's where he meets the alien. The alien's like, oh, I can use you to learn more about Earth and stuff like that. But then I never continued it because I realized how much of a challenge that would be. Huh. Also, I kind of find it funny to think if there was an episode where they actually took him out to learn more about the world, I kind of want to see him like street clothes rather than like his more like professional, mature, like elegant looking clothes, because I feel like it would be funny seeing him like rock a t-shirt and some shorts. Like, I think I just wanted some wholesome moments in between, like, all the negotiating and stuff like that. But nope. Instead, all we got was, not even negotiating. That was thrown out the window at past episode, like, 7. And, fighting. Some dumb monkey fighting. Like, bleh. Like, the reason why this anime dragged me in the first place is because of the fact that there wasn't any fighting. Because, like, whenever there's like an issue or like a thing comes on, they always use their fists. The majority of them use, like a majority of animes. They're like, yep, use our fist and punch our way to victory. But this anime, they're like, no punching is required. We could just talk. And I'm like, ooh, talking. How fascinating. How interesting. How amusing. And it's just like, ugh. Why? Why you make it fight now? Sorry, I had something in my throat. I'm gonna be all over the place. I'm all over the place right now, actually. It's just this anime. And like the little girl, back to the little girl. I don't know how they had time to make a kid. I don't know when they did it, because like it wasn't like within a day when they got the suit ready and they were like talking about having to fight the alien guy. And like they were like, okay. Also, here's a strange thing. The alien, this will connect back to what I'm talking about. The alien, they want to be surprised. I don't know why that was suddenly a thing, but they want to be surprised. And the main character's like, I want to surprise him. You know, he's still my friend deep down, so might as well have the last thing I do for him is to surprise him. And he died, and his surprise was the fact that he had a child with that chick. Randomly. And, he's like, yeah, and my child, she's gonna kick your ass. Why do I have faith in this plan despite, you know, not knowing if my child will actually be able to win against you? Because I'm stupid all of a sudden. Like, how can this smart negotiator dude suddenly gamble so hard on the fact that, I was trying to copy that, on the fact that his child could win against this being? Like, he's a negotiator. He should be a lot smarter. He should have realized that, oh, I'm half human. My child is gonna have some human in her, obviously, as well. There's probably a chance she'll lose, but they're like, no. Obviously, my daughter, and if for some reason, because of the logic of the anime, they're like, oh, because she's in both sides of the world, both sides of the dimensions, you know, she's both this creature, the being, and human is what gives her like this all-knowing power that makes her different from literally everything and everyone. It makes her so like, oh, I'm not like those other aliens, you know, kind of vibes. And I'm just my dogs. I'm muted. Okay. They saw a person outside, I'm assuming. Anyways, well, they're still marking. Like, what was I talking about? Right. Like, how could the main character gamble that hard on assuming that his child and her child, because it was also like the alien chick. How could they gamble that hard assuming that their child would win? This 13, 14, 13, my dog. Sorry, I had to see why my dogs were barking that loudly. Turns out my mom's talking to someone at the door, and being that they're protective, they started yelling, and it sounded like they were dying, and I was kind of worried. And they're still yelling. Anyways, what was I? Right, how could they gamble on the fact that this half-human was going to just be automatically stronger? Like, they just had a hunch. Because of the fact that she was gonna be half human, and it was gonna mix with the genes of being half god. That's what makes her cool. And I don't understand. I don't understand that sometimes, man. Well, I'll never understand this anime. Because after the switch of everything, I feel like I made the hair a little too big. You know, whatever. At this point, I don't even care. It's like, look, logically, everyone, look. So, what would be stronger? A vampire or a half vampire human hybrid? It's obviously gonna be the vampire. Like, they have more experience. They know how to use their powers more and stuff like that. Like, honestly, wait, speaking of half human thingies, this one, I don't know if no, actually that one doesn't count. I was gonna say, there was like this one movie, which now is a side tangent, it's no longer Kado, where it's about like these people who live in this place where it's like nighttime and then vampires, you know, stuff like that. And then at some point the main character gets bitten or something. So how did they defeat the chief of the vampires? Looking back at it now, how did they win? So I will make this argument at literally towards anything. How can something that's at least partially human win against something that clearly has more experience on their side? Like, I will always... Like, if anyone ever walked up to me and they said that they liked the ending of this anime, I would literally argue that the ending was garbage and I'll never trust their opinion on anything. And if they say, no, it makes total sense, and I mean, in their world, in the anime's world's logic, it makes sense. But in real life situations, that shouldn't make freaking sense. Like, if it was like a god and another god having a child, like two different types of gods making a child and then making a hybrid of both of their godly genes, then I would say, yeah, fair argument, because there's two gods in one that made one child with both of their powers. But no, it's just a stupid human, a stupid god chick, and a stupid child. And then it wins. It wins, of all things. And I can't accept that after all these years. Like, I've watched this anime like freaking, like, I rewatched this anime last year, and I haven't even, and like before then it was like longer, actually. It's been like longer since I first ever watched it. And like I watched it when I was like in middle school, I'm pretty sure. And like I can't get over it. I wish I can get over it, but I can't. And it's dumb. Cause like this stupid anime has like a chokehold on me. I want to forget about it so badly, but I can't. But I mean, hey, it inspired me to write a lot of dumb stuff in the past. And now, thanks to that dumb writing, I can actually do decent writing half the time when I feel like it. So I guess that's a win-win for me. I gotta mirror this, give me a moment. Bloop. And back to character designs. Oh. Sorry, I looked at my phone. My sister just messaged me. She's like, what the frick, you're live streaming? Yes. You could judge me all you want. I just want to rage. I came back home from work much earlier and I want to rage about a dumb anime. Okay? You can judge me all you want. That's just the type of person I am. Okay. Anyways, what was I talking about? Right. Child. Don't make sense for them to win the fight. It will never make sense in my mind. And if you say you like that ending, I don't trust you and I hate you. Okay, that was a little too much aggressive, but I mean it. Like that anime. That anime. Why you gotta do this to me? just slowly looking down at my phone and then just seeing my sister. Yeah, I just choose to ignore my dude anyways. Honestly, now I feel like I exhausted everything I could say about Kado, but I want to finish this drawing, so I gotta continue. And the only thing I could continue with is nothing, because I already said everything I gotta rage about. And I mean, I want to know what other people's inputs are when it comes to, like, how would they change the ending if it was much different from how it is now? Because I want them to actually have a discussion like they've been having, like the entire freaking point of the anime. Like, I will say this and I will die on this hill. Like, the whole anime was them talking and then suddenly not anymore. They're just like, screw you all. And I'm just like, why does the world hate me so? And I can't think of any other anime that made me more peeved in my life. Like, this is the only anime that truly pissed me off. Like, if I ever look at a character with white hair, I will immediately get reminded of this mother fricker. And if anyone were to like point out a cube to me, I will immediately think about Kado the right answer. Like, and like the right answer was like to let humanity choose what they want to do, and that both worlds can live without, being, having to fight again. And I was like, I can't even remember what the right answer was. It was like my mind already tuned out by the time like the young girl was bringing up her own points about what the frick her logic was. Because like the daughter character, she was just there just to beat this dude's ass, and that's it, and to talk. And I gotta rewatch the clip just to remember what the heck was her argument about being like, oh yeah, I'm stronger because of this reason, and the right answer is the right answer is me. yeah, I'm pretty sure actually that's what she said. I'm pretty sure she said the right answer was me. I'm looking down at my phone. My sister said Inuyasha too. Yes, Kenya. I mean, yes, I can't say your name. Yes. Freaking. Every time I look at Inuyasha, I just see like the white hair and I'm like, And yes, Rex Lapis as well because of like the little ponytail thing. I keep saying your name. I feel like I shouldn't because it will only expose me and who I'm related to. Anyways. Like, white hair characters, like, bruh. And another thing, Sibling. Even, like every time you show me, like, any white haired character, I'm like, why? Yes, your name is now exposed. I apologize. But I mean, it's fine. There's a handful of people with that name anyways.
I don't know.
Hey, don't be mean. Anyway, sorry, I keep looking at my phone. Honestly, I kind of wish I knew how to... later, I feel like it would be funny if I just had like Discord and just have you join in the stream, but I'm too lazy. I don't know how to make those things work out. Well, actually, it's not that hard. It's just desktop audio, but nah, you're probably busy. Anyways, but it's just, Kado, why you gotta ruin me? The one anime that I can't freaking forget. Yeah, you like using those emojis, you sad sack. People are just like hearing me talking to myself, and I'm talking to my sister, Like I want to know, what are other animes that you want to try? You know what? My sister want to try? Let's see. I'm gonna open up Discord. This is just like completely going random mode. Give me a moment. Where the frick do I open up Discord? Right, it's my other account. Let's see. Let's see if this works. Yo, Kanga. Sibling. I keep calling your name. If I'm calling you by Discord, if you're interested. Dang. I'm here though. I'm on Discord. I don't know if you can like, it'll probably show you. Will the stream hear you? I have no clue. It should be desktop audio though, if I am correct. I mean, I could always check anyways. Anyways, back to what I was talking about. What was I talking about? Right, this anime. No other anime frustrates me more than this anime. Hold on, wait, I have to do some other stuff because some nonsense is popping up. Hello?
I'm concerned about the mic.
It's fine. Let me see. I'm gonna open up my phone to see if you could be heard. Okay. If my voice is being heard, then the side it is. But yeah. Now, Kinga, since you Sibling, since you're here, I'm sorry.
You're not sorry.
So, since you're here, give me your opinion on Kado the right answer.
What opinion can I give you?
You have no. Okay, hold up. Hold wait. Let me see if you are heard. I don't know, man. When it comes to Discord, it's complicated. Okay. Wait. Actually, I think I know how. Give me a moment. This is gonna be dumb. You know, what if I just cut the music entirely? I don't know, man. Okay, can you say something real quick?
Like what?
I don't know anything at this point.
Wait, actually, I think I know how. Give me a moment.
Give me a moment. It just... I have a delay on the stream. You know, what if I just cut the music entirely? I don't know, man. Okay, can you say something real quick? Okay, wait.
Like what?
Oh yeah, you could be heard. Hello.
Yo, I heard all I can hear was a what from my teeth.
I feel like how do I put you higher? I think it just volume overall higher. Oh yeah, you could be heard. Hello. Okay. I think yeah, you're not. But anyways, bro, I will always complain about this. Freaking Kado, how the frick is this little girl who's half human? How are they able to defeat this fully alien thingy that's not have anything that's stupid? It's stupid.
I actually rewatched the anime. Do you want to know the answer?
Yes, I completely forgot.
It's an anime.
I mean, you're right, but still. like, I just can't accept that answer half the time, though.
I know you can't. Did you already explain in your live stream that how you left the gaping?
Yes, I literally said when we finished watching the anime, I just left like a whole like puddle stain on your bed, like the sad sack I was.
I think my issue was okay. Tell me now, maybe my memory is poor, but didn't you say that you actually watched it before me but never finished it? So you wanted to watch it with me and finish it?
Yeah, I couldn't bring myself to do it.
I think that no. Here's the biggest issue, brother.
What?
It's that you told me you wanted to. So you told me you already watched it.
Yeah.
And then you convinced me to watch it with you.
Mhm.
And then you're destroyed by the end of it.
Yeah. I'm always destroyed by the end of it. I don't know why I torture myself into making me rewatch the anime. It's because deep down I do like the anime. Huh?
No. You couldn't you couldn't finish it. I don't know what it was the reason. You were like halfway or some sort of thing.
I think I was just too
but
broken.
Then I was like, no, because like there's no need for somebody to cry that hard the second round of watching it.
Okay.
Like you already know.
Oh wait, like the first ever time we watched it. So wait, the first ever time we watched it, I didn't finish it because the first time I watched it, I thought it was boring. But then when I finally found it again, I was like, "Hey, you want to watch it?" And then you were like, "Why not?" And then that's when we watched it, and that's why I cried because I never watched the ending before.
Even though I hate CGI with a burning passion.
I mean,
but
same. But for some reason, there was also moments in the anime where they changed, like they had like some also art as well, which was like what?
that's fair. That is true.
It was so confusing. But yeah, freaking like this anime will forever wreck me.
Oh, I can tell.
Like, was there any animes that you know? It's you have the mic, bro. Was there any animes that broke you besides well, actually there was one. There's like Cautious Hero or something.
Yo,
Nah, you know, vent. Feel free.
you already know I ain't over the anime, and I'm still waiting for a freaking second season. But even though, you know, at this point, we're literally exposing ourselves to being the biggest anime weeds,
Yeah.
at least in some sort of way.
I mean,
So, like,
we did watch a handful of things. Like, I can't think of it. Like, for me, it was just Kado the right answers. Yours was Cautious Hero. Like, it's just like it's weird.
I don't know.
It's weird.
So the issue is that not only is like of course I will admit Cautious Hero was something that really destroyed me, but the issue is, and I'll continue to be biased because, well, Inuyasha is one of my most beloved favorite animes.
Yeah.
And there are certain characters, however, it makes no sense that for how many times I rewatched the anime, I would find myself crying for a specific character's death after watching it some time ago already. Like, it makes no sense.
Well, wait, was it that one girl that died in front of Shishomaru?
Yeah, Kagura, like,
Kaguya.
dead ass. Like, it was her, dude. It's probably because in the first like the first watch, you're over here like, all right, and then you rewatch it, knowing what you already know, and you're just, hey.
It's
And
just
then you
pain.
start crying because you know so much already. Like, it makes no sense.
Yeah, it's just like man, like it's strange how shows can make you so attached. And like here's another thing. So I think another reason why I cried so much is because of the fact that this show made us attached to these two main characters just to kill them both off. That's why I feel like it hurts a lot. Like it's just dumb.
I'm pretty sure it was probably because you wanted a BL moment between the two.
I mean, granted, sure, but like for the most part, like I didn't even cared about romance, man. I was more interested in the fact that they were debating, because you know how in most animes they punch to win. This anime they spoke to win, and that's what like really interested me. Like I could care less about romance. I could care less about like fighting. I was more interested in hearing how they would like talk. And like the girl, the one who ends up like the female lead, the one who like I know she's like supposed to be like the devil's advocate and basically, you know, share her points, but her points, I will still believe her points are just like inferior because like this world is already going to garbage, and like having this dude at least help a little bit would be nice, you know.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie to you. I can't get over the fact that she technically.
You
I
know,
don't even want to say it.
Bro, I was talking about this actually. I was talking about this a while back, being like, I don't know if I read that scene wrong, but when she was naked and he was like shirtless and like stuff like that, I don't know what she did to him, and like I don't know how she ended up getting pregnant that fast, but like it was like I was like something about like that one specific scene. If you've seen the anime and you know, when she's naked, you'd probably question what the heck happened.
The issue is, he was asleep.
That's what's worried me too. I was like, I don't know what the heck happened. Like he was knocked out. Like I know she healed him because like he had like a hole in his chest, but what else did she do?
We were both watching the anime, and like after that scene came up, we were just like, did she just
Like we're
did
like
she
what did she do in her sleep, and why is she blushing? What the frick did she do?
like
And like
these characters,
why was she naked? Why was she naked?
that it came out of nowhere. These two
Yeah,
hooking up.
yeah, like it was so
There was
dumb.
no chemistry to be built.
Like the most chemistry we got was her laughing and him like pointing it out. That's all we got. Like it was just one quick
Very
tease, like teasing moment, and then like they suddenly went on a date, and like it was like, oh yeah, we're supposed to like her after this, and like nope, I didn't like her at all. I still thought her points were not really that great.
I have a serious question for you now.
Yeah,
So the voice actor who played Mr. Whitehaired,
yeah.
um, would you watch an anime with his voice actor in it as the main character?
I would, but I'll probably cry a little.
What?
Like
There's no need.
I know, but every time I hear it, and if he talks like in a certain way that it reminds me of this dude, I will probably be a little sad about it.
Oh my lord.
I know, I know. Like it's hard, man. Like this anime got me effed up, man. Like I wish I could suppress this in my memories, but I can never.
I mean, just block off the unimportant part.
I mean, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to forget everything past episode 7. Like I told you before, I recommend people to watch this, but only to episode 7 or only to the episode when they finish moving the cube. Past those points, it's pretty much useless. Do stupid garbage.
Fair.
Like you can watch it, but I will not say that it's good. Like eh. like I'm trying to I'm trying to think of any other anime that potentially like made me feel this impactful, and I can't. Not even my favorite anime, freaking Seraph of the End. It never made me feel this way, and it's just dumb.
Actually, no, I cannot say that anime, let alone the name, because apparently it's a huge trigger.
Really?
I mean, technically, I already said it,
Really?
but like, apparently, because like, I remember one time people were making these rules, and of course, I was one of the admins, so I'm over here like, all right,
Gotcha.
why not? Let's see what this is. Let's see what I'm having to like go by, what I have to be strict on. And apparently that was one of the rules. Apparently it's a trigger. And I'm like, first off, why? And I really have a serious talk with the people, the owners.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like, so this. A lot of people die in anime. What you mean?
Well, of course a lot of people die in anime.
Like, this is just I don't know. I don't even want to talk about it because I'll start an argument and
I mean,
I don't need this.
But, understandable, honestly. Like, honestly, I also was in a Discord server where they had some certain shows banned for some reason, and like I only assumed it was banned because to talk about, and I assumed it was only banned because like I don't know, maybe some people just found it cringe or uncomfortable or something like that, and some of them weren't even that bad. Like, I mean, for like Kill la Kill, it's kind of understandable because like the amount of fan service, but like. I was like, why was that banned? Huh?
I'll be completely honest with you. I do not recall any fan service in the anime. It only, but oh my god, I'm freaking lagging.
Yeah.
Anyways, but the only bit of fan service I can think of only has to be the one with shoot, I don't even know how to say her name properly, but the one with the ice palace. At least I'm assuming.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
No, King, I'm talking about Kill la Kill, not Akane Gon Kill.
Oh, I said Akane Gon Kill. What you mean? No, wait, what? Huh?
Akane Gon Kill is the one where everyone dies, and that's sad. The one I'm talking about is Kill la Kill, the one with the scissors.
Wait, what? Oh.
That one.
Oh, that fan service.
Yeah, I was about to say, that one has obvious fan service. The Akane Gon Kill, honestly, for that one, I feel like if someone had that flagged, I'd probably understand why, because that anime is kind of messed up.
Yo.
Yeah. You
Yo,
good?
Part of me really wants to rewatch the anime for one specific reason.
Why?
All I have to say is one word, and everybody will know. For those who have seen the anime, will instantly know what I'm talking about.
Oh my, what? Wait, pause.
Glowing. Oh.
Sorry, Mom walked into the room. Can you say that again?
Glowing.
Glowing?
Yeah, glowing.
I need a little bit of a hint. I don't know.
What do you mean?
Bro, my mind is not working.
How?
King, it's been a long ass time since I watched the majority of these animes.
I'll send you a message.
Bro, why you gotta send me a message? Why can't you say it?
There you go.
Oh! The nips.
Amen.
Wait, so you're on the Kill a Kill freaking discussion. Honestly, that was kind of fun. I thought we were on a Kanegon kill all of a sudden. I thought you were talking about that. I was so confused.
You dragged me out of the iconic on kill 4 Kill a Kill, brother.
Right. Sorry, I thought we returned back to that topic.
Oh. No. That hurt my feelings with a passion. I was like, that explains why she didn't get it right away. I'm offended.
I mean, honestly, understandable. For me, every time I think about that anime, a Kill la Kill, I can only remember the you know the one where they had to fight all the student council or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, just seeing all the student council sulk in like the bleachers, like naked or in like pajama or like in like those like uniforms. That's the only thing I could always recall for some reason. And I don't know why.
You know what's one thing that I really can't get over?
What?
The fact that I shipped one of the best friends with a different person, even though it's technically canon.
Oh, that they're
two
yeah.
are like a couple.
Yeah. Didn't you say that her like the I can't remember her name. It was like what was her name?
And the one with the brown hair.
Yeah. What was her name? I can't remember. I can remember the main character. It's like Mako, but I can't remember hers.
Here's the issue.
Huh?
I know the name. I'm just afraid to pronounce it, let alone say it, because I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying?
You know, understandable then. But yeah, didn't you like saw like didn't like I thought you said like the big dude and her had like funny chemistry.
They do have funny chemistry, and then when I saw the like not in a bitch but a blooper, it like intensified the ship.
You know, if someone were to ask you what is the most strangest thing you ship, you have an answer. I mean, hey, it's an unpopular ship. Honestly, I doubt that many people know of it.
An unpopular ship, sure, but the issue is that I'm pretty sure there are plenty of other characters that I've. There's like for example, one pair that only you would know.
Oh my, what?
It's like inside joke.
Oh.
But apparently, I was the only one who ended up wanting to ship these two together.
Who?
All I have to say is one word, bro.
Oh my. You're gonna say this and I'm probably gonna be dumb.
Dad.
No, what is it?
SHADOW.
Wait, you're expecting me to spell SH what? Do it again.
Oh shoot. I think I spelled it wrong too.
King, I can't. King, I suck at reading, man. You think you think I can picture this in my brain?
At this point, my name is Cannon. It doesn't say.
Sorry, I can't think of. I don't give you nicknames. The best I could give you is like potato.
Yo, man, that ain't even a phase. Ew.
Well, it's fine. I doubt anyone will know you because I don't give too much information about you other than just the name.
And the little mini lore story that you put in, so now they know where the hair came from. Obviously,
Yeah, you're a fan of Kagome, Inuyasha, and all that good stuff.
Oh.
Of course, that's where bro, I had to use Kikyo as an example.
Oh, I know. I mean, I used to do the hairstyle anyway.
Yeah.
Oh. Ooh. I did not mean to. I'm sorry, I accidentally hung up on. Like they were calling, and I was trying to put the volume down, and then it's just like instantly. Oh my god! Wait. Yeah, it instantly like hung up on them.
Oh, whoever that person was calling is probably sad.
No, it'll buff. They'll be fun.
You cut out a little bit there, but I'm just gonna pretend I know what you said. Okay. I finished drawing this dude's head, but I don't know if I want to draw the rest right now. Because like you could see if you look at my screen. If you looked at the screen, you could see that I'm trying to draw a very like sad pose with like hand on cheek and like pointing with like the wom. But like I'm lazy. I
That's
feel
the
like
issue. Hands and arms are hard.
I know, and I have like a reference off to the side of my, like in like a different tab, so I can look at it. But I don't. Drawing hands, not my strong suit.
Listen here, listen here. That's a whole freaking. Ugh!
What?
Like I just noticed that you like so I'm on the live stream now, right?
Yeah.
And I just witnessed you like put it like zoom into that drawing. And I'm like, that is unnecessary.
Bro, whenever I draw, I tend to automatically zoom a little too close where I need to.
My issue is like, why does it look like that, Freya?
I'm trying to make him look sadistic. I don't know why.
I'm talking about the rough draft.
Oh. I'm sorry. When I do rough drafts, I don't exactly do like people like where they do like pretty line art, line work or whatever. I just do pathetic little scribbles and then just hope for the best. And hope that I know what I'm trying to, reference off of. Yeah, because if I don't have something off to the side, I will forget what my idea was.
I do apologize though. I will have to leave.
It's okay.
She says with a, but I will call you later because you and I do have to talk about the craziness.
Okay, gotcha. I'm probably gonna end stream after I finish like the details in the hair anyways, and I'll do the rest later and post it on like Twitter and DeviantArt. But yeah. Bye.
Specifically.
Oh.
Hey man. Let me tap.
What the heck? Well, you're cutting out on Discord half the time, man.
Damn. See, that's why I told you. Mike sucks.
Sad.
Especially Discord. The Wi-Fi over here sucks.
I mean, I'm using like a headset mic right now. How do I sound on your end?
I mean, you sound fine.
Ah, then that's nice.
I'm probably gonna like rewatch the stream just to like see what the heck you were talking about.
Bro, okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a little all over the place. I was literally switching topics. I was trying to summarize the whole anime, and I failed. And then I started talking about other things, and then I went back to the topic again. Bro, it's like our conversations when we normally talk. We're switching topics way too fast. That's how I was acting.
I will call you later though, because you and I have to discuss our current project.
Gotcha.
You know, emotions.
Yeah, gotcha.
All right. Can't do anything I wouldn't do, especially with that little thing following you.
What little? Oh, you mean my little creepy friend?
Yeah, make sure that thing stays away.
Wait, hold on, wait. Before you go, you want to say hi? Just like, whoop, there they are.
Hey man!
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Me.
Me. Oh, well, that was my sister. I tried to tell myself to not say her name, but I kept failing. But hey, it's fine. I didn't give it too many details about her. But yeah, that was my sister. Wow, special cameo. I didn't even expect her to hop on today. Like, I just wanted to draw and be a bit of a weirdo today. I know I said in the beginning that I didn't want to live stream, but if I have time and no one's bugging me, I said, hey, I'll do a live stream. And my sister, she wanted to participate. Well, actually, more like I dragged her in. I was like, hey, you want to come in? And she's like, sure, let's do it. And I'm like, okay, Discord time. I don't know how to do with things fully well, though. But yeah. And, should I continue or should I save the rest for later? You know what? If you want to see the full result, I'll finish it like off screen because like when I have to draw hands, I literally get so pissed off that I become like the most grouchiest person in the world. So, yeah. That's gonna be the end for now. This is the most weirdest stream I've ever done. Just me rambling about an anime, switching topics way too easily. My sister appeared, and now we're here. So, have a good day. I better not catch you dying on me, because if you do, I will cry. And, have a good day. I don't know how to